Good evening, Bickerdike and Simpson families. Mr. Perez, the Simpson principal, is here with me to discuss the fall reopening plans for the elementary schools. And before we begin, really to get deep down into it, Simpson and Bickerdike plans are pretty similar, at least the footprint of them. That's because of the age of our students and how independent they are. We really felt that this plan that we're going to discuss with you would be best for them. We're going to lay out kind of how we figured it all out. It's important to remember that the process of coming up to this plan took a lot of thought. Mr. Perez and I and our staffs really worked hard to make this work so that it's the best for all of our students. We sought guidance out from a number of people, most importantly our local healthcare providers and our county health. So just remember that whatever happens, our staff here at Simpson and Bickerdike, we're pretty committed to making whatever works, and we're going to make it work the best. So with that, I'm going to share my screen here, and Mr. Perez is going to start us off.
All right, so when you go to enroll, you're going to have two different options for your student. The first option is going to be online learning. Each building's going to have designated teachers who are online coordinators, and their responsibility is going to be to provide you with lesson plans, guides, and resources so that you can teach your child at home. One of the requirements for the online coordinators is to connect with your student every single day and to make sure that we're kind of holding you accountable to the 7-hour learning day. A lot of the teaching is going to be on you. But like I said, we will provide the plans. We will give you access to any programs, curriculum that we have. We will make sure we check in with you daily. But you're going to have to guide your student through the learning. The one thing we learned through the continuous learning plan and that we knew leading into it is that our students are not independent learners. They rely on us. So we're really going to have to step up and be that person for them. Your second option is to come to school every day. Mr. D and myself, we thought it was very important for our students to be able to come for a full day so that they were exposed to many different things. One of those is the social component. We know that your students are struggling, the mental health, they need to be around their friends. We've heard many parents voice this, and we too feel that that's very important. With restrictions. Of course, that we're going to social distance, we're going to take many precautions, but we want your child here all day, every day. That's going to look a little bit different this school year. We're not going to have big class sizes. We've restructured our classes so that students are split in half. Our goal is to keep class sizes down to approximately 10 students or less. And I'll let Mr. Dimpy Wolf kind of explain that. But once again, you will have two options. Online, again, the brunt of that's going to be on the parents doing the teaching, but we will facilitate by offering suggestions, guides, lesson plans, and resources. And your other option is to send your child here with us from 8 to 3:30 every day.
Yeah, just like what Mr. Perez just said, our ideal grouping is 10 or less. And we feel at the elementary level that that's possible for us. It's going to take some restructuring of our building, and we're going to have to do some things that we haven't in the past, but with some creative and outside the box thinking, we believe that this is very possible. So what your student's day is going to look like is approximately half of the day they're going to be with their teacher, and they're going to get their instruction with them, and then the other part of the day they will be with another adult in the building, and they're going to work on more independent activities. For example, if the teacher taught a math lesson, the other adult will help them through the lesson and the worksheet and the homework during the other time. Or other examples might be projects, Lexia at Bickerdike Moby Max, and of course AR reading. These are times where the other adult can support what's going on in the classroom, and we can really make our school day as beneficial as possible. With that though, we are still looking at and concerned about the health and safety of our students. So that's where the small group sizes come in. But also students are going to be washing their hands frequently throughout the day, every 60 minutes. And we're going to try and space them out as much as possible between 4 and 6 feet in order to practice social distancing while at school. Mr. Perez is going to talk to you a bit about academics, lunch, and specials and recess.
The academics this school year is going to look a little bit different, but it's going to be a lot of the same, to be honest. However, our emphasis with the homeroom teachers, they are going to concentrate on language arts, your reading instruction, and math. The way we're structuring it and kind of cutting it so there's an AM and PM session, there's just simply not enough time to focus on social studies and science. But that does not mean that they will not be taught. They will just be integrated so that they are taught in coordination with reading and math lessons. Class sizes, once again, are going to be small. So we're confident that we'll be able to make an impact like we were previously within this structure. Lunch is going to be a big change for a lot of students, a lot of schools. And a lot of the changes probably won't go away. Some of those changes might stay for a little while. Lunch is going to look different probably in every single building here in Russell, just to be honest. Here at Simpson, we're confident that we can have them eat in the cafeteria. And while they're eating, we're going to do deep cleaning within the classrooms. But the only way we were able to make that possible is the small groups. And we'll be sitting only 3 students per table so that they are still social distanced. At Bickerdike, they have a little more challenges. They have more students. So lunch at Bickerdike might look like the students grabbing their lunch and eating in the classrooms. I envision the beginning of the year, lunch will be pre-packaged, kind of like a sack lunch to make it convenient. And breakfast will probably look a lot of the same. Mr. D, if I misspoke on any of that at the end, I'll let you step in and correct me, but just know that lunch will look different, but it will still be provided and we will make it through. Specials and recess are another major change. We don't have access to all of our staff every day, and a lot of our staff members are going to be assigned different tasks to make our plans work. However, they still will have specials every day, they just won't have as many. I know here at Simpson, they will have 2 specials every day, and I believe Bickerdike will have 2 as well. In the past, those specials were minutes each. This year at Simpson, they're going to be 30 minutes each, and at Bickerdike, I believe they will be 35. So it might look like on Monday, your student will have music and PE. On Tuesday, they might have art and technology, but they will have 2 specials every day. For at least an hour a day. So not a major change at all there. It's just going to look different because they won't have designated classrooms. Those teachers will be mobile and they will actually go into the classrooms to teach their lessons. We know that exercise is going to be important moving forward. It always has been. It's always been a priority. So our students will still be guaranteed at least 1 morning and 1 afternoon recess. Those will be 15 minutes in length. A change that we're making here at Simpson is we're going to have a 30-minute block midday that is for health and wellness. And that's going to look like zones of regulation, checking in with students. How are you feeling? Getting outside to exercise. It might look like we just walked around the block to get some fresh air, but we know that the kids need to be up and moving, and we're going to ensure that that happens. Mr. Dimpy Wolf, if I misspoke on anything, go ahead and take over.
No, what you said is pretty similar to Bickerdike. And like we said at the beginning, our footprint is the same at Simpson and Bickerdike. But due to our numbers of the number of students and staff and what's available to each building, a few things might look different, but for the most part, they are very similar. I would highly encourage you, if you have any questions or concerns, to speak with Mr. Perez and myself. We're more than willing to walk you through this individually and let you know how this is working in our mind, because we've put a lot of thought into this, but some of the inner workings of it may need some more explanation. But with that, we're going to end tonight. We will have building-specific Zoom sessions here in the next few weeks, where it'll just be Bickerdike or it'll just be Simpson parents together. And we'll give you an opportunity for you to ask questions, let us know your concerns, so that we're aware of them and that we can work to address them the best that we can. So reach out to us if you need, but have a great evening.